Hi, hello, welcome everyone to the penultimate episode of FPL Backbenchers. This is your host Somnath, and I have nobody else to invite today. As you can see, I'm all alone. This is Anjan could not make it for the pod. Actually, we were supposed to both be doing the pod together, but incidentally, last night when we were trying to do it, there were a hell lot of technical issues. We got new mics, so entire thing setting up, it was not working out. We still got to figure it out, but Anjan could not make it tonight. So it's tonight. I'm all alone, right? And we have finished double game week 36. It's the biggest double game week of the year. Particularly has been splendid for me. My triple captain went to a T. I don't do brag speeches and all, but anyways, my triple captain was KDB, and well, it did go well, and I beat the Salah captainers. Yes. So, anyways, moving on, I'll try to attempt to absolutely do a very quick pod for 37. It's no point listening to me blabbering for very long, very boring it gets for you as well as for me. So, let's just straight away get into it. It's the last double game week of the year. Finally, like, you guys have realized like the sheer amount of double game weeks that we have had this particular year, due to which the overall score has gone up like immensely. Like back in the days, I mean, I'm not even talking way too long, like 3 4 years back, if you're scoring around 2400 2500 points, you're well within, I think, 1k 500 or something like that. Right now that equates to somewhat around 40k 50k. That's crazy. Like the bar has gone so much higher, and this has been purely attributed a lot due to immense number of double game weeks happening throughout the season. So it has been a very exhaustive season, I'm sure, for you as well as for us as well, everybody, I'm sure. So it's the final one in game week 37. After that, we don't have anything else. Game week 30 is a absolutely regular game week, and then FPL is done for this season, and well, we go again next season, right? So yeah, before we move on, please guys do subscribe, like, share with your friends. I've been saying this for the entire season. Please do it if you like our videos. If you want to comment something, any words of encouragement, any words or any scope of improvement, do reach out to us. At least my Twitter handle is displayed on the screen as of now. So yeah, do reach out to me. I love to chat. I am present on Twitter, so I do chat with a lot of the community on a regular basis. So I would love to communicate with you as well. Give the channel a follow. Straight away, let's get into the fixtures of Game 37. I'll do it really quickly, guys. I'll not do it in a rush way that it does not help you out, but I'll do a real quick one. So straight off, as you can see, the teams that are having a double game week are Everton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Burnley, Leicester, and if I'm not wrong, you just let me. This is a very free flowing pod, guys. No preparation whatsoever. So yeah, I think 7 teams have double game weeks. So just let's uh, quickly look at which are the teams that have. Okay, Aston Villa have, as you can see, against Crystal Palace and Burnley at home. Burnley also have a double game week against Spurs and Aston Villa, both are away matches. Crystal Palace have a double game week against Aston Villa and Everton, both again are away matches. Everton has 2 home games, Brentford and Crystal Palace. Leicester has Watford and Chelsea, and West Ham has Man City. Oh, okay. Okay, no, West Ham does not have anything that was Europa League thing. So basically, 6 teams. Yeah, 6 teams have double game week. So my bad. It was not 7 teams. It was 6 teams that have double game week in 37. So okay, let's talk about this itself from here. I think it's a good basis point to go on. So if we go firstly I think we should talk about the major team that everybody probably will be targeting. That's Aston Villa. So Villa's first match starts against Palace, and the next match would be against Burnley. Both of them, incidentally, are at home. So, regarding Villa's potential, now, although a lot of people will be pimping for their defense, I personally see a scenario where I feel they can concede in both the matches. I think it will be an absolutely desperate match for Burnley by the state of play as to how Leeds are playing. We saw how their game plan was against Chelsea and even Arsenal. Unfortunately, I don't think Leeds can probably survive the drop to the championship. They probably will be relegated. But still, for that to happen, I mean, Burnley and Everton still need to get those crucial points. So I don't think the Burnley match for Villa at home will be very easy or Burnley will completely roll over. But yeah, there is a potential. They, on paper, at least have the best fixtures for defenders. Against Crystal Palace right now are a very unpredictable team. But generally, the kind of setup that Vieira has done for that team, and obviously Gallagher is also available. So, with all that keeping in mind, Crystal Palace is generally an attacking unit wherein you can expect that they will probably, if not, they have the firepower and the ammunition to actually beat Villa. But even if they are not doing that, they can easily score a goal. So it's not as given of a clean sheet potential. I think the major part of the attraction for everybody in the community is due to the fact both games are home games. So yeah, the home games are obviously the ones that we like to go for clean sheet. But looking closely, it might not be the best bet for clean sheet. But in saying that, there is potential in the fact that both Crystal Palace and Burnley defenses themselves are not that robust, right? And there is potential for to basically attack them. So I think I might be this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion in the community, but I think somehow that Luka Dean is probably a good option right now on current form. He is probably better than Matty Cash because he's been playing quite attacking. But the risk with Luka Dean is will he stay fit or not? Because at any point in time, his hamstring can absolutely snap. So yeah, barring that, I think right now Luka Dean does look like a prospect. So for people that are looking to catch up in their mini leagues and want to go that differential route, because I think a lot of people will be pimping for Matty Cash. So majorly, Matty Cash will be having a lot of traction. But apart from that, I think if you want to go the differential route, very good differential. If you're on a free hit and there might be a temptation to double up on Villa defense, I would not suggest a tripling up on Villa defense. The double up of Villa defense is probably plausible only due to the fact that if you have to triple up on Villa right now, I feel with the injury to Watkins and with the situation of how Ings is generally performing, what his form is, whether Coutinho will be starting both the matches or not, whether Buenda will be starting both the matches or not, I think it's not that bad of an option to go for both the fullbacks because generally both of them are very attacking and you can actually expect an attacking return out of them. So it might not be the worst option in spite of whatever I said about their clean sheet potential. I'm not saying that they don't have a chance to keep a clean sheet. They have a very good chance to keep a clean sheet, but I do feel that it's kind of not guaranteed or like it's not given in that sense. So that's about my thought regarding Aston Villa's defense. On free hit, I probably will not go for Emi Martinez. I don't think Emi Martinez is the best option. In the attacking department, I don't know if on free hit, probably I will or I can take a punt for Danny Ings, but I think there are better forward options than Danny Ings for this particular game week. In midfield, would I think I would go for Coutinho because even today, like Coutinho was announced as a permanent signing for Aston Villa, so at least it looks assured that he'll start at least one match, if not both, and it'll not be that they signed the player and they benched the player for both the double game week matches. That should not be happening, or that probably would not be happening. So, and I can't really say that there are much better options in midfield than Coutinho. So, out of Ings and Coutinho, probably I will be my personal choice will be, or my personal inclination rather, would be towards Coutinho. So, yeah, Coutinho is a good option. The probably another significant double game week fixture that we have is for Everton. Significant reason being, again, both of them are uh, home matches. One is against Brentford and one is against Crystal Palace. The point with Crystal Palace, I mean, the conditions and whatever the arguments remain the same for Crystal Palace against Everton as they were against Villa. The only difference in the fixture being that in this particular fixture, Everton do have something to play for. Now, be very guys, like when we say that a team has something to play for, it isn't necessary that it will be absolutely materializing as such again for FPL purposes or in real life football. Even if they do have something to play for, sometimes teams are just not motivated enough to actually execute that on the field. So uh, it's not a given that Everton will be performing. But looking at their last five matches, I think they have accrued around 10 points. So they're on a very decent run. Their home form is exceptional, displayed by the fact that Liverpool really struggled to break down that Everton defense. I think Liverpool won 1-0 and they beat Chelsea at home. That was also a 1-0. So I would rather be going for an Everton defense double up, and it's easier for a lot of people to achieve because Everton also had a double game week in 36 as well. I felt they did pretty well defensively. I had Pickford, and absolutely Pickford gave me, I think, 12 points in spite of conceding in the first match. So it was all brilliant. So I would rather be more prone or towards um, doubling up on Everton defense. I think Pickford is one of the standout goalkeeping options of this game week. So if you're looking to free hit again, uh, I would take Pickford over both of the or any other goalkeeper. I think the only other consideration probably might be Schmeichel, Casper Schmeichel, for his save points. He will be having a lot of save points against the Chelsea match. We'll get to that. So Pickford, good option in goal. In defense, I think Mikalenko looks a standout option. Very attacking, plays a wing back kind of a role when they are in a 3-5-2 formation, and absolutely he is bombing around or at least loitering around the box. He also scored a goal in the double game week, so it's a no-brainer if you're looking for a defender. I think he's pretty cheap. He's relatively cheap. He's not expensive. He's not absolutely dirt cheap as well. Personally, I would not pick anybody from Everton's midfield. There is a case to be made for Gordon, but I don't think. I think if you're playing a free hit or if you're using a free transfer, unless you have Gordon in your team, then that's a different story altogether. I do have Gordon in my team, But I would not be wasting a transfer to get Gordon or prioritize Gordon, even with the fact that he has a double game week over people like Sun, who have a brilliant fixture against Burnley, a single game week fixture like Sun, like Liverpool midfielders who have Southampton away. I think these are brilliant single game week fixtures that should be targeted in spite of the doubles. So Gordon would not be my preferred choice, and I don't think anybody else from Everton midfield is there to be targeted. Gray is inconsistent, not sure that whether he'll be starting both the matches or not. Only real option, standout option again, is in attack or in forward position is Richarlison. I don't know. I saw DCL got subbed in the last match with around 20 odd minutes to go. I don't know if he'll be starting regularly. I haven't been following Everton that much. I don't know if he has been fit for a long enough time and he has been benched in all these matches, or he was fit from the last match itself. That's why he was subbed in to give some time under his belt. But as per going by the logic that they have been getting results with this particular formation and this particular system, I think it's safe to say that Richarlison probably is undroppable right now, according to Everton management and Everton, Frank Lampard and everybody else at the club. So yeah, Richarlison does look like a absolutely standout forward option. He is also in consideration for a captaincy for a lot of people, and he's a decent captaincy option. I wouldn't say he's the best captaincy option, but yeah, he's a decent captaincy option, and definitely can be um, going for him. He has the potential to go absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's something that we can probably tap into. Barring this, let's talk about Crystal Palace because both the teams that we spoke about, Crystal Palace faced them. So Crystal Palace have an away double game week against Villa and Everton. Particularly, I feel the Everton one will be a bit difficult for Crystal Palace. Uh, Not because they are not a good unit, it's just that Everton would be completely sitting back and looking to defend out. So, will not be very easy to break down Everton's defense. Might be famous last words, but Everton has been doing really well at home defensively. So, the Villa fixture particularly does not look bad for Crystal Palace. Players to target from Crystal Palace, I know he's not a favorite of a lot of people. I think Zaha has a very good potential simply due to the fact that he also has a uh, penalties under him. He will be taking penalties if Crystal Palace gets any. Also of the fact that he is sort of assured to start. I mean, if we are completely honest, not many of us pay a lot of attention as to what is happening in Crystal Palace from match to match, unless it's a good period of fixture that is coming up and we target those fixture. So you can say by assurance that no matter what happens, Zaha will probably start or Zaha will be involved in the match. So in that sense, I think Zaha is a very good option. If you want to go a tad differential, I don't. Gallagher has been a bit off the boil for some time around, but there is potential. We have seen what he can do throughout the season. At least during the first half of the season, he was absolutely on fire. Eze is also an interesting option. Problem with Eze and player like Olise is uh, the inconsistent minutes. Basically, they are exceptional players, but their timings and their game match time that they do get is pretty inconsistent. We cannot rely on the fact that they'll be starting. So Zaha looks the best bet, but I wouldn't mind a differential take on Gallagher. I think there is potential there, and Gallagher might go big. I would not touch anybody from Crystal Palace forward options. I think it's not even worth uh, discussing, to be honest. Moving on, Leicester has a double game week. It's an interesting double game week because it's not a very straightforward one. Both of them are away matches. One is against Watford, one is against Chelsea. Now, the benefit of this is if you are on free hit and you're looking to invest into Leicester, is we might be getting early team news if you are on Twitter. Stay tuned. If you don't follow Smell Martin, do follow Sam Martin. He is somebody who generally does get early team news, so maybe he can provide it to us. Considering Leicester does not have anything else to play for, I don't think there will be much secrecy around what is their lineup or what their lineup should be. It's good that the first match is against Watford. I think if Vardy starts, Vardy is a very standard option for captaincy just for this match. Vardy we know can be also explosive against any big teams, but I think I'm not really sure that if Vardy will be starting both the matches, both against Watford and against Chelsea. But if he does, if he or rather if you do get the news that Vardy is starting against Watford, I think he is an excellent option. So and is a real differential option. Not many people will be having Vardy, so you can actually maximize and encash on the free hit that can be really good. Apart from Vardy, I think if Madison is fit, he's a brilliant option. Barnes also looked really exceptional, but to be fair, I think a bit of what looked exceptional was also spiked by the fact that they were facing Norwich, who concede a lot of chances, and they do concede chances for fun. Their defense did not exactly look very strong. I personally felt, and seeing the game, I think Norwich should have easily scored. It's a mystery as to how Norwich did not score in that particular match. Sometime it was Michael's out of the world save, sometime it was post bar. They did everything, but the fact remains that there was the underlying statistics of expected goals conceded, and Leicester probably should have conceded. So I would not be going for any defenders, particularly from Leicester. Um, so yeah, I feel it's a very pretty straightforward double game week. Not much in it. Burnley, although they have very important match for their relegation battle, they do face Spurs away and Aston Villa away. But I think the Spurs away match, or rather for Spurs, it's a home match against Burnley. It's the last home match for them in this season. I am sure they would like to finish it on a high. So I wouldn't be uh, particularly going for a Burnley defender because I don't think Burnley will be able to keep a clean sheet. Might be the Aston Villa Burnley match might be a stalemate, like a 0-0 kind of an affair. But I don't think Burnley can. The chances of that happening are, to be fair, very less. So free transfer wise, I would not be wasting it on a Burnley defender for sure. If you do have to take a Burnley defender on a free hit, I think Connor Roberts is a very good option. For those who do have Weghorst, I think they will play Weghorst, but I'm not sure that people on free hit are ready to take that ride and go back on that journey once again. Um, if Cornet is playing, I think Cornet is obviously, as we know, is a very attacking and decent option. So yeah, somebody who can be considered, but yeah, not much potential in there. Any other team? Who else has a double game week? I think we have covered all the teams that do have a double game week, unless I'm missing somebody particularly. Just let me have a quick look. No, I think we have covered all the teams that do have a double game week. So now let's talk about certain single game week fixtures. I think Spurs against Burnley is a is a standout fixture. It's a home game. Not much to go into elaboration about Spurs because I think at this point everybody knows which assist to target or not. I think it's a better game for Harry Kane than Son in this particular match. But yeah, I think if there's an avenue to double up, definitely do. If you have a particular asset and you're not playing a free hit, I would suggest switch. If you are on a free hit and you can select only one, I think the form that Sun is in and the fact that uh, he is in the golden boot race, although he says he is not interested into that, but yeah, we don't believe that, right? So you could have seen his reaction tonight when he was sub in the North London derby at I think around the 72 minutes mark. He was absolutely disappointed and he was sulking on his bench. So yeah, son, we don't believe that you are not eyeing that golden boot. So in that sense, I think it seems like a really good option. He's on form. He's going for the golden boot. So everything aligns. But gameplay wise, I think I still feel that this match suits Kane better. Barring this, I think interesting fixture would be. I'm not talking about Leeds Brighton. Brighton are highly unpredictable. Probably they will end up beating Leeds once again. But I'm rooting for Leeds to actually beat Brighton and get some point. I think it will be a 1-0 kind of an affair. Um, West Ham Man City, pretty much very important. I don't think this will be, at least according to my understanding, I don't think that this will be a very high scoring affair for Man City. Like I don't see Man City scoring 5 goals against West Ham. David Moyes will have his first choice team available. They don't have any longer. They're not playing in the Europa League any longer. They have nothing else to play for. I think it will be a big show for them. Um, I'm not sure if is there this their last home game. Just have a quick look. Yeah, this is their last home game. So the last match of West Ham is Brighton away. So obviously, with every season we see this when it's the last home game, the teams do want to put in a performance for the crowd. I don't think Man City will keep a clean sheet. Probably they will concede, considering the firepower that West Ham have in Benrahma, Bowen, and Fornals. Even Antonio is slowly getting back into form. So yeah, particularly it will be a tricky fixture for City, but I think still City will be winning this one. I probably would say like 2-1 would be a fair enough kind of a result for City. Apart from this, Newcastle Arsenal, I don't think it's a very high potential from an FPL perspective kind of a game. I think it will be a tight affair. I expect Arsenal to eventually come out trumps and win this match. I'll go for 2-1 uh, in favor of Arsenal, but I would not be targeting anybody from Arsenal particularly. If you have somebody like Saka and all, I'll definitely keep hold of him, but on a free transfer or a free hit, absolutely not. Southampton against Liverpool. Now, this is a match I think it can even eclipse double game week for some. I mean, like Liverpool's midfielders or defenders can score more than double game week players or players that have double game week. I feel. I feel Southampton are the definition of the team that are not into the Premier League right now. So their mind is somebody somewhere else. They have very inconsistent performances, very open, fairly and comfortably easy to score against. And Liverpool would be looking to cover up some of that goal difference that Man City has had over the past game week in their double game week. They scored 10 goals and they conceded, I think, 1 goal. So they increased their goal difference by 9 goals. I think Liverpool will be looking to cover some of that, but a lot of this will be actually depending on what happens in the FA Cup final. So that is on Saturday. Again, the deadline is on Sunday, so don't make any rash moves. I think just wait it out. Absolutely, do not touch the transfer button before the FA Cup final gets over. There might be injury, there might be rotation. You'll have a fairer idea as to which Liverpool mid is starting. I think Salah will start irrespective of anything, but it's still better to have a better, fair perspective of things that are happening. And I think similarly, I think Chelsea Leicester would be really good for. I don't think either of the team, be it Chelsea, be it Leicester, will be keeping a clean sheet. But I think it's a good game for Chelsea attackers. So again, depending on what happens in the FA Cup, you can probably target somebody like Havertz, or I'm really impressed by Mount. If you don't have any chip right now, and um, if you are looking to bring in players for both now and 38, I think Chelsea are a brilliant outfit to invest into, because they have Leicester at home in 37, and I think they have Watford at home in 38. So back to back, they have home matches. They will look to finish the season on a high, um, and absolutely secure the Champions League spot. So I think investing into Chelsea assets is good if you have your double game week players covered and the major players covered. I think it's absolutely uh, brilliant. So there's a debate regarding in the community as to choices on free hit. So I was seeing somewhere the choices. People are finding it difficult of whom to prioritize between Kane, KDB, and Mane. Fair to say, with the form that KDB is in, probably is undroppable right now. So I think KDB will be pretty high in my pecking order. Also, Kane, he scored a brace tonight, and as I said, this particular matchup against Burnley will soon Kane more than Son. I feel Son will be making those runs, but Kane has to unlock, or it can be a KG affair where Kane can be lethal from the set piece, so they can score from a corner and Kane can score with a header like he did tonight. So I think why did I start? Okay, yeah. So sorry. So yeah, Kane is definitely a good option. KDB already. I think probably out of this, I will give Mane or a miss if that is the case. Simply because whoever out of Luis Diaz or Jota plays, or if both plays and Mane gets benched, then there is no question at all. But whoever apart from Mane and Salah will be playing the third forward, I think that particular player would be a very good option. Both Jota and Diaz are very attacking, and I expect this match to be pretty high scoring. So I'll absolutely go for it. Captaincy option, double game week. I feel Coutinho is a good option in spite of whatever we have said. Richarlison is an option. I'm not really decided on who I want to captain myself, so I don't think I can really tell who is the best captaincy option according to me. In my mind, I feel Vardy is a very good captaincy option. He's a differential captaincy option. Apart from this, I wouldn't be surprised if a single game weeker actually outscores a double game weeker. So look out for those Liverpool midfielders. They can be absolutely bang on money and on fire. Speaking of Liverpool midfielders, also I think we do need to speak about the Liverpool defenders. I don't expect the fullbacks to miss any more matches. So I think from here on out, like, there are hardly two matches left, or there are exactly two matches left rather. I think Trent and Robbo plays both of them. Even with the Champions League 6 days later, they might be subbed in early, but I think they do play both of them. Um, on current form, I think Robertson is performing better than Trent. So yeah, I probably would go for Robbo if you have to go for one of them, right? So yeah, I think that's about it. I will not do score prediction because it's very kind of boring to do it alone. If Anjan or somebody else would have been there, we would have done score prediction. But I can tell you the fixture that I think are the money fixtures. Um, Spurs Burnley, I feel, is an amazing fixture. Apart from this, Chelsea Leicester, I've told from a goal scoring perspective, absolutely brilliant. Southampton Liverpool fixture to target. So these are the single fixtures that are to be targeted. Spurs, Liverpool, and Chelsea. If you have these players, absolutely, you can have a monster score. Apart from this, the usual suspects in double game week. I did discuss about which players and all. From attacking perspective, I think Aston Villa, Everton, and Leicester are the ones to target. Anything apart from this, we are trying to be too clever, I feel. Right. So yeah, let's move on to my team. I think yeah, I've been fairly quick, but still it's just over half an hour. I wanted it to keep within half an hour. But yeah, let's just quickly do my team and then be done with it. So I already do have Pickford in goal. This captain and vice captain is a reflection of the past game week. It's not my choice for this particular game week. So I have Pickford, Cancelo, Robertson, Laporte, and Thiago Silva. Uh, Kulu, KDB, Mane, Gordon, Weghorst, and Kane. So this is without me doing any transfer. This is the situation. I have one free transfer. Um, the idea is probably I am a bit indecisive as to who I would be dropping out of KDB and Mane. For sure, one of them will be going off for me. So I'm just waiting for the FA Cup final to see. I'm not sure if Mane starts the league match after that because he is also due a rest. He has been playing continuously, so there might be a test for Mane, and my decisioning would be pretty easy. Players I'm looking at in the midfield slot at least is I'll be taking a hit for sure. I did take a hit in Game Week 36 as well. I'm not a very hit averse person, so I'm not a hit crazy person as well, but I don't fear hits, so I do take a lot of hits over the season. I think I've taken over 100 points of hit in this season, as crazy as that sounds. So yeah, but I'm on set of 50k now. Anyways, so I'm looking to get rid of Mane, probably targeting the likes of Coutinho or Zaha or some kind of a Palace midfielder. And for me, Mane and Kulusevski will be probably going off. Gordon, although I did bench him in 36 because I did feel he will not do anything. I do think he can do something in this double game week, so I'll be playing Gordon. Apart from this, I think I'll have to wait on the fact that if Laporte is severely injured or not, he will be playing for the rest of the season or not. Um, Either Laporte or Thiago Silva or maybe both would be leaving for double game week. I'll surely get a Villa defender and I'll think about doubling up on my Everton defense as well. Right? Mm, I think that pretty much covers it. Um, I'm not really, as I said, I'm not really sure on the captaincy as of yet. I would also like to get Vardy in somehow, but I don't know how that is. But anyways, I will keep you guys updated. Do follow me on Twitter, guys. Come on. So yeah, do follow me on Twitter, and I do keep on engaging, and I will update as to what I do. I do it every game week, or at least yeah, I do it every game week. So yeah, I think that's about it. I've spoken a lot. I think you are bored of listening to me as well now. Hope this spot helped, and yeah, have a wonderful game week and enjoy the game, guys. It's at the end of the day, it's just a game. So enjoy it like a game. Just 2 game weeks left. We will all be missing it after, I think, in a month's time. We'll all be like, when is FPL starting once again? So enjoy while it's there. Okay? And may your arrows be green. And good night. Goodbye. Love you all.